Hello, soccer fans. This is Randy McKee with Soccer 605. I'm here with almost a lifelong friend now. We've been buddies for so long, Daniel Ohayon with the Dakota Alliance, and we're going to talk to you a little bit today about the Dakota Alliance soccer tournament coming up. Thanks, Danielle, for being with us.
Always my pleasure, Randy. Always my pleasure.
You know, you guys have had this tournament in the summer. It wasn't always called the DASC tournament, but you've been doing this for a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah, this is almost 17, 18 years now that we're doing this tournament.
There's been a lot of players come and go.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'll never forget also when we had one of the tournaments. We had, I think it was in 97, when we were lucky enough to host a team from Potsdam, Germany, which is a sister city from, for Sioux Falls. And I cannot tell you the amount of excitement I created to have a German team, being hosted by our families and playing a tournament. That was awesome.
It's funny over the years how, back then and even before then, how much, these folks from Germany would come over and just destroy us. But we just keep kind of reeling them in every year, a little bit every year.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we have teams from Texas coming in. And when they came last year, they really kind of did a tremendous amount of lesson teaching on our players, if I can put it that way.
Well, I think it's good for our kids to find out where they are on the soccer food chain.
Absolutely, no, very much so. I mean, even though some of our players, our teams get a bit decimated, let's say at the regional level, yet they come back and they want to try it again, and they learn new things. They definitely know where they are. They know where to go. And what is their aspiration. Some of them make a decision sometimes after regional and say, well, this is for me, this is not for me, and if this is for me, I want to really, really find the next level, maybe play college.
Yeah, well, and it's for those coaches, those of us who are paying attention, we can learn a lot from those bigger time teams coming in too.
Absolutely, no, very much so. And they teach us a lot. It's just one thing I've noticed from those teams, and just watching the Germany USA game, such a different tactics, and we learn from those guys. We really, really do. Speed of play, transition game, the way they move the ball, it's absolutely unbelievable.
We were just talking off camera here about just interviewing John Janowski about coming back from Brazil, and that's what he was talking about there. The skill level is just so amazing. But he said they'd just knock it around in the back and wait for a chance, and then they'd go, just 100%. And if they're successful, good. If not, they'd bring it back and do it again.
Right. And again, we are of that, unfortunately, and I don't mean to be offensive, that the American mentality is forward, break go through the brick wall, like, if you're in a war zone, go through them, just shoot through them. It must be a difference. Patience must become a greater part of our game. Yes, it's greatly appreciated when we go to goal and we score goals, but sometimes you have to find the right way to do it, the right path, the right opportunity, the right avenue to go to goal.
I remember, for the many years we were doing ODP, and they'd come back from overseas and say, we had 13 chances in this one game and didn't score any goals, and they had 2 chances and scored 2. Mm-hmm. And that really kind of sums everything up, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, back to the tournament. Been around a long time. I've noticed that lately, more organizations are going to that festival format and bringing in the little kids. You got U8s this year, I think?
No, we have U9s and U10s.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then at U11, they start...
we start competing. Yeah, we start competing U11, U12, U11 all the way U19. Both genders, we start competing at that level. The U9s and U10s, it's purely festival, purely participations. Every child gets a token, a medal for participating. Some of the games do become competitive. Unfortunately, that's human nature. But it's still for them. It still is a learning process.
Yeah, and we need to focus on having them love the game and love the ball, and that's what that festival's for.
Yeah, more than anything else. Yeah, I mean, just some of the literature that I've been coming out, that I've been reading lately, from absolutely all over the world, is that winning mentality at such a young age must kind of be toned down. it must be toned down because they get burned out. And it's great to win. It's great to win, but what does that do for the longer term development?
Well, sure, and we were looking at a team here a while back that has been very successful going around to smaller tournaments, and their players have trophies and medals, but then they get in a competitive environment and get hammered. And like I was telling one of the parents a couple of weeks ago, now that your player understands the value of all those medals that they won, and there's no value at all,
right.
as far as from a soccer perspective, anyway.
Exactly. I mean, the days of putting the biggest boy and the fastest boy up front, and just kick the ball, boot the ball. Those days, needs to be kind of reviewed a little bit more. We in our community, we understand that it's nice to win. So this tournament should be very exciting. We have last year. We have about 137 teams. We had a couple of clubs that decided to go find other horizons, which is fine. It's great for them. They need to do that. So I think it's going to be a very homey tournament this year. Very homey. It's not going to be as intense and as time consuming, and especially for the referees, for the officials, and for us as a committee members. And so we're looking forward to it. We have, for the first time this year, we have had more Minnesota teams sign up for our event than we've had in the past.
Well, I know, with your near complete dominance at State Cup, your clubs, you're probably looking right now for your teams to try to get as many hard games in as they can before they go to Region 2 championships.
Right, that is correct, and that's why some of our regional bound teams are going to be playing one, or some of them even 2 age groups up, so they get tuned and they get ready for this. Some of them have friendlies against 19s, and inter-club games for the regional bound teams, and they need to have that. They really need to have that. They cannot go into a tournament, into a division where they will just walk through everybody. Yeah, maybe creates a bit of a comfort zone, but does it really serve the purpose for the next level?
Yeah, and right now that, especially for the clubs that made the Region 2 championships, that is the entire focus of their preparation is to get ready for that tournament.
Correct.
Which is an incredibly difficult tournament.
Especially this year, it's so close. I mean, it's in Des Moines, my goodness.
Yeah, we could almost crawl down there.
Right, exactly. Or maybe swim after this week.
Well, and we're thinking about taking the Soccer 605 crew down there and seeing how the South Dakota, and of course Carol, she's got to go see all our Region 2 buddies, so that's a nice close trip for us to do that.
Yeah, I might do that, even though I don't have a team because I didn't qualify, but I might just go down just family purposes. Just to visit some friends and visit, some family, maybe a couple of days.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see each other here in just a couple of weeks down at President's Cup in Kansas.
That's right. That's right. We're at 2 different brackets.
Yeah.
But,
maybe we'll have a South Dakota final.
Yeah, exactly. South Dakota final. That would be awesome.
Well, your team won that President's Cup.
Yeah, we did last year. Yeah,
that's phenomenal. There are some good teams there.
Oh, there were some good teams. There were some, unfortunately, marginal teams. But the final was very exciting because we played a very, very strong team.
Yeah,
very strong team. So yeah.
So anyway, action starts Friday night. We're out at Yankton Trails Park.
Yeah, we are at Yankton Trails and Tomar. The 11s and the 12s play at Tomar. The 10s at the 19 we play at Yankton Trails. 5:30 kickoff. We're very lucky this year. We have only one game slot, at 5:30. Sunday we start at 8 a.m. It's on every 2-hour slot where the teams will be playing, and it's going to last until 7 p.m. on Saturday night. Sunday we start at 8 o'clock in the morning. We are anticipating finals to be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, and as every year the tournament we know is going to be extremely well run. Right. We got a real pro doing it this year again. So
thank you, Randy. But really, I think that most of the accolades also need to go to our committee chairs and our tournament committee. It's absolutely outstanding the job they do. They are so on task. We started this 9 months ago. Lately, we've been going to every weekly meeting to make sure everything is on track. The only thing I'm praying for is the weather cooperates. That is going to be the biggest challenge. But everything is ready. The parks and recs have been extremely accommodating. It was awesome. The officials on task.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you out there
Absolutely.
starting Friday night, and hope to see you out there too. Even if you aren't in the tournament or don't have a kid in there, come out and see the pageantry. And I think there are very few things more fun to be around than a soccer tournament.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's we're like I said, 137 team, 2,000 players for the weekend, plus relatives, plus families. It's going to be wonderful. Come and join us. We'll have fun.
Thanks, Danielle.
Randy, always a great pleasure. Always.
Come watch.
Ah.